Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we
have bottomed out.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bottomed out.
Novogratz is bearish. Novogratz is bullish. Let us go to moon.
What's up, everybody? Crypto38 here, and boy, are things looking really good now for the crypto community. And not only is things looking good here, but we're gonna have to do a little popping around here. I know it's early, but you know what? Bitcoin never sleeps, so we're gonna have a nice cold one in the name of the crypto community. So before we get started here and we take a look at the markets, remember, What2Now is the website I have for referral links. If you want to go and buy some Bitcoin, if you want to get yourself a hardware wallet, if you want to earn interest on your Bitcoin, head over to www.crypto38.com, and right there you'll find referral links to get you started the easiest way into Bitcoin and other cryptos if that's what you're interested in. Now let's move over here to the markets. And as you can see, Bitcoin has taken off. Let me. Boy, oh boy. All right, so what we have here for Bitcoin is nothing more than a breakout. As I said before, we're going to probably hit 15,000, right? And it looks like we're on our way there. Now, as you can see, the RSI here is in overbought territory, right? And usually what happens, well, not what usually happens, at some point, this is going to come down. And when that comes down, it's going to come back down to 30. If you remember in one of my previous videos, we were somewhere around here, and I was telling you that Bitcoin would need to go down here in order for me to be able to add money, or if somebody was deciding whether they wanted to add money, buy Bitcoin, maybe they never been into the Bitcoin market, when is it the best time to buy? I'm not a financial advisor, but I do know from watching these technical charts here, from watching other good expert traders on this, usually the range around 30 on the RSI is when you want to get in. After that, it's going to start to climb back up, and look where we're at. We're above 80 on the RSI. So is it a good time for me to add money to Bitcoin? Because I already own some Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin billionaire yet, but we are currently downloading here. Is it a good time? For me, I would say no. I want to wait. I want to wait because I already have some. But if you're a person who's not into trading, getting in and out the market, doesn't really matter when you buy because you're in it for the long run. And in my opinion, the way things is looking with Bitcoin, this is going to be around for a very long time. And if you can, it would be better to actually wait till it's back down to the to 30 RSI or under 30 RSI to add money. And I think when you do it that way, you maximize your profits if you can do it that way. But like I said, if you're not into getting in and out, it doesn't really matter when you buy Bitcoin because it continues to go up. Remember, Bitcoin used to be $1. Then it went to $30. Then it went to $100. And people, when it was $100, people were saying it was expensive. I didn't know about Bitcoin at that time. I wish I knew. But then it was at $3,000, right? And people were still saying it was expensive, that it needed to go down to 1,000. Then we went to 6,000. Then we went to 8,000. Then we was at 10,800. And people were saying it's too expensive. Well, guess what? We're at 13,650. So is Bitcoin expensive? Not really. It depends what you're in it for. If you're in it for the long term, I don't really think it matters when you buy it. If you're trading, especially if you're a scalper, then of course it matters. This is way overbought territory. As for me right now, all I'm going to do is just sit back and watch to see how high we're going to go before we come down for a correction. Why? That's just the way the markets work. All right. And right now, Bitcoin is doing extremely well. As I said the last time, 9,100, we had to stay above it. We did stay above it. Then we went to the 10,800 resistance level. And what happens with resistance? It becomes support. And that's exactly what was happening here. We started to stay above 10,800. So now we're in way overbought territory. If I had to make a guess, an estimated, educated guess on this chart here, I would say that when Bitcoin comes back down to cool off, the new support level is going to be, in my opinion, somewhere around 13,000, right? It's going to be the new support level. That means it can bounce up and down, sustain the $13,000 range. Now, that's for right now. If we happen to just shoot all the way up to $25,000, then my new support level might change. But for right now, if I had to guess just based on this chart right now at this moment, I would say Bitcoin is going to come back down to somewhere around 12,800, 13,000 before it dips back up. And the reason I say that is because Bitcoin has not cooled off on the RSI. So that means it's considered overbought. But remember, this can stay in this range for a very long time. Okay, it has happened before. And so right now we're waiting. Bitcoin news is all over the place. Things is really getting hot. And I think FOMO, the fear of missing out, is going to start kicking in for some people. And it should start kicking in for some people. And the reason I say that is because the higher Bitcoin goes, the more expensive it is to buy. You don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin at 13,000. You can use my referral link and just deposit $100 if you never dealt with this before and see how things go. Once you see that your account starts growing, you're going to want to add more money yourself. Okay, so if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. Now, let's look at the markets. Right now, it's currently 1:30 in the afternoon. October 27, and how is gold doing? Well, gold is flattening it out. It's still consolidating. That means that Bitcoin is outperforming gold. Well, of course, Bitcoin is 13,600. Gold has been stuck at 1,900 for a while, and some news just came out that Russia found a new area that has plenty of more gold in there. And the more supply there is, the less of the price is going to go down more, right? Bitcoin, a cap of 21 million, that's it. So this is why it makes it it's a harder money than gold. And it's flattening out right here. So what does this mean? This means that it can go up because it already went close to 30 RSI, right? And it's consolidating. It is on an uptrend. It hasn't come back down to touch the 200 simple moving average. So it can actually come back down to 1,760 and then bounce back up. And then who knows how high gold is going to go. Because remember, a lot of the older people are more into gold, right? Because it's physical, it's something that they grew up on, they trust, they probably have a lot of it already. So of course they're betting on that gold to go up. The new community, right? The crypto community, we're not too much into that physical stuff. We're more into the digital stuff because that's what our kids are growing up to, and they don't really care whether you hold it or not. And so Bitcoin is outperforming gold. What else is Bitcoin outperforming? Let's check out silver. Silver, just like gold, is in a consolidation mode, still in an uptrend, but we're waiting to see what happens. It just stalled out. Bitcoin also performed out silver, right? Let's go to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones, same thing. It's going sideways, right? It's actually having trouble getting above 30,000. Every time it heads up that way, it comes right back down. But it does look like it's establishing a higher low right here. So you see how it went up like this, came back down, touched the 200-day moving average, went back up. This one is actually a lower high, meaning it didn't go above this. and it's consolidating. It might be going into a wedge here, and at some point it's just going to come and either go up or down. We're not sure what's going to happen, but because of all the money printing and of the Fed saying that they're going to come in and save the market no matter what, it's probably going to end up going back up. Only thing is that with Bitcoin, it's going to outperform even the Dow Jones at some point in the future. Let's look at the NASDAQ. This is TradingView, free account. So of course this is delayed a bit, but same thing like the Dow Jones. You know, it hit this area up here of 12,000, came back down, tried to break it. It didn't break it, but it's looked like it's forming a higher low here. So again, being that you have the Fed there to save these people, right? It's probably going to go up more likely than not. I just don't have that amount of money to get into that, and I think it's overbought completely. So I don't even want to get into it, even if I did have the money, right? S&P 500. Here you go, S&P 500, the same map. All three of those major stock indices all have the same pattern, as you could see here. All this is basically money printing, wealthy people buying back their stocks, right? Because everybody's been out of work, so I don't know how these people are making all that money, but according to the expert economists, it's because they keep buying back all their stocks. Other people are looking for places to put their money in, so they decide, well, let's put it in here because the Fed has our back and we're not going to lose money. But it's struggling to get past and above about 3,600 around there, right? Now the US dollar is still in a downtrend. It actually looks, as we said before, that it's flattening out here, but it went under. While it was starting to make lower highs, right, it ended up coming back down. So US dollar still in a downtrend. There's a lot of negative news about the US dollar, and it actually looks like it might be heading even back lower. Maybe it'll go up to 90, 88 on the dollar. Let's see what happens. But for right now, US dollar is still in a downtrend, still going down. US oil. US oil, same thing. It isn't really going nowhere. So you had this huge move here. Of course, that was all the money pumping that was going on. And then now it's just been consolidating sideways in this section. It hasn't been going out. US 10-year. What you have? Same thing. Downtrend still for the US 10-year. People are betting that this is going to eventually end up going up. Well, it flattened out here. Then it started to go up, hit some resistance, coming back down. So it might go right back up after this, but for right now, it's still in a downtrend. So if you look at all these indices here that we just went through, the only one that's performing well is Bitcoin. All right. So there you go, guys. Quick update. Again, I'm still waiting on that target for $15,000 before it comes down to correct. All right, we're just $1,000 away, $1,300 away. For Bitcoin, that's nothing. That can happen like this. So, you know, I'm not going to add any more money right now. I'm just going to sit down and watch and enjoy this. And when Bitcoin finally starts cooling off, then I'll add some more money to it.